When Jesus would go around and teach and preach, he would use parables as an example to tell the people about a truth about the kingdom. One time, as he was preaching and ministering to the people around, he told them this parable. There was an owner of a large vineyard, and before he left, hired some tenants or workers to take care of this vineyard. And it came time for the harvest. That's when all of the fruit was ripe and it was time to cut it down to either sell it or enjoy it and eat it. So what does the owner do? He sends out a servant, one of his servants that came with him to the other country, and he tells the servant, go back to my farm, my vineyard, and ask the people I put in charge, the tenants or the people who are renting the field, to give me some of my fruit. The servant goes. He goes up to these tenants, the farmers. The owner is asking for some of the fruit from the field. Please give me some and I'll take it back to him. But the tenants behave very unjust. They thought, as long as the owner's not here, we're going to do with the field whatever we want. Probably thinking, we worked here for this field, we fertilized it and dug around it and watered it and took care of it, and now the owner's just going to take it. And they said, no, we're not giving the owner anything. Get out of here. They beat him up and sent him away. And the servant, all bruised and cut up, probably with busted lip, black eye, we don't know, returns to the owner and tells the owner, sir, your tenants that you hired did this to me and now they're not giving you the fruit. And so the owner, he sends another servant and with the same request. Servant, go and ask them again. Maybe this time they'll listen to you. But unfortunately, the people who were in charge of the field repeated the same mistake over and over with every servant that the owner sent. And eventually, the owner sent his own son. And he goes to these farmers again, and you know what they did to him? They beat him, they cursed at him, they eventually killed him. When the owner found out, that was it. The owner ran out of patience, and he went and came home, and he found those ones that were taking care of his land, and he put them in prison, and then hired new tenants, or the ones who will take care of his land, who are not deceitful, and who will not reject him when he asks for his portion of his fruit. Well, what's the takeaway? What's with this random story? To just quickly summarize, all that happened was there's a field that this guy owns, and he wants some of the fruit, but the people he put in charge don't give him any, so he sends servants, and then he eventually sends his son, and then they kill his son, so he comes back, and then he gets them in trouble. What's the big idea? Well, the purpose for telling this parable was to tell them a truth. Obviously, the owner is symbolizing God, the creator, the owner of all of this earth, and God would speak to the prophets and tell them, tell my people they need to repent of their sin. They need to stop doing what they're doing, otherwise they're going to get in trouble. They will pay the consequences. But the people don't listen, and prophet after prophet, they would hurt them, beat them, and eventually kill some of them, until the Father sent his only Son. And that's where we get John 3:16 from. For God so loved the world, he sent his one and only Son, and that's represented by these farmers killing Jesus and rejecting the salvation that God offers. Well, what's the big takeaway from this story? All that we need to know is God is freely offering each and every one of us salvation, to repent of what we're doing, to stop doing all the wicked things that we do, and to turn away from that and start doing the good things, following his commandments, doing and showing love to those around us, and of course loving God. Well, for those who do accept this gift of salvation, they will be rewarded, but those who reject him like the farmers rejected the owner, those will be locked up eternally in a place of suffering. And we don't want to be there.